What up? What up? Not moved. This is your boy Tinez. I am with a beautiful special guest today, V from NNT. What's up, my dude? How are you feeling today, brother?
What's going on, man? I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Football is back, man. I've been waiting a long 7 months, 8 months to get to this point, so I'm just ready to dive in, man. I would love to have an earlier game tomorrow, but hey, man, we're prime time, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be worth it.
100%, man. 100%. And honestly, looking forward to this. One of the big things I really want to say before we really start is honestly, from a little bit, just to give a little bit of recap with you guys. Honestly, from the preseason, from the Baltimore Ravens, I think we've honestly did absolutely amazing. Even though there was some things that I feel like they could have been better, but overall, I don't feel like it's nothing that they cannot improve from this week coming up. Because right now, especially with the defense, I think honestly, this has probably been the most cohesive secondary I think I probably have seen in a long time from Baltimore. Not even to mention the rookies from the box, both Mike Green, David Ojabu, who's coming up. You have guys in the box like Trent Simpson who are just able to not only do their assignments and objectives very, very well. Maybe not the most consistent right now, but when they do show, it very much shows. And that's honestly so far what I think so far in this preseason coming into this new season. I really am excited for seeing people like Mike Green, seeing this defense really like mesh. Now we get to see a lot of these guys come again, like Nate Wiggins. We get to see the full go of Malachi Starks, full go of Mike Green, Roquan Smith again. Honestly, I'm excited. And do you want to add anything? Like, did you see anything from the preseason that you think that maybe we could improve coming into this week's game? Do you think that there's anything that hindered us in any shape or form?
I think we addressed I think we addressed some good issues, especially when we're talking about pass rush. Pass rush was a little underwhelming, and so we get a just an absolute star in Mike Green, and I think he's going to be a day one impact. Just what I was able to see him do in the preseason, and just the bend, just the athleticism that I saw from him. I'm excited to see him in live action. And we were able to get some depth pieces in secondaries. Some of the undrafted guys have been playing just phenomenal. Keon Martin and I believe Ruben Lowry is the kid's name. Some of those guys were
I
playing
know
really
what
really good.
you're about to
I
say.
got some other pieces as far as like Teddy Buchanan. I think he's going to be a nice piece as well.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree, honestly, especially when it comes to that secondary. Lowry, I know there was a few third string corners in there, but I couldn't really remember the top of their name. That I will say, like, they did really good in both the Dallas Cowboys and Washington games. So honestly, if they really keep this cohesiveness, if they keep this energy, I honestly could see that secondary being very scary for a team like the Buffalo Bills, considering the fact that right now, if you really look at their offense, they didn't really add a whole lot. Like they added a little bit of stuff. Like I think I did hear about, I think they did something with Gabe Davis possibly coming back or whatever. But to me, that guy, like, yeah, he was cool. But the one thing with Gabe Davis to me is that he was just really just good at the deep threat, but he was just inconsistent. That's what's really big thing with it. I mean, yeah, they have guys like Keon Coleman and Shakir, but I wouldn't really say they're guys to where we have to absolutely worry about. Honestly, if there's really one guy I would say we really need to worry about is James Cook and Josh Allen. We need to stop the run. Last year during that playoff game, to me, honestly, was a really, really sad when it came to stopping the run, especially in both improvised plays and also just straight up run plays as a whole. It was a shit show to me, honestly. So I think that's honestly something that I very much think, hopefully, considering on how much we have improved on this box, that it should 100% come out.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. I would. The only thing I probably would say, I would have tried to address that I'm a bit nervous about, and I hadn't really gotten a pulse on some of my fellow Ravens fans on this, is the quarterback position. So, and when we're talking quarterback position, we're looking at Cooper Rush as being the backup, and just how prayerfully DeMar is healthy for our entire season, but how drastic of a shift that would particularly be if Lamar were to go down for a game or two, because unfortunately, Cooper Rush is not a guy who
Right.
is a mobile guy.
Yeah,
And
he's not.
so the play calling is going to have to change a bit because you can't fully function at RPO. I
I
believe
agree.
he did pick up Snoop back on the practice squad. Uh,
Hmm.
I want to say, but maybe addressing that with maybe somebody who's a little more mobile from the quarterback position. That's what I would have liked to see. Other than that, I think I give it an A. I give it an A plus, honestly.
I agree, honestly, and that's
Off
something that me
season,
and
yeah,
Bag in previous episodes really touched up on, was that a lot of the things that Cooper Rush showed, it was not the best when it came to consistency,
right,
especially involving our scheme. Because, and this is honestly something that I think John Harbaugh messed up on, and that is there is plays that they gave Cooper Rush, and if you really look into the preseason, a lot of this, like especially with the screens, RPOs, that is not something Cooper Rush was is in sync. It's not. It's not. He's
right.
never been like that. He's always been. Everybody's seen this. Even when he was in the Dallas Cowboys, he is a pocket passer,
Absolutely drop back.
pure drop back pocket passer. He's not one of those mobile, quick read quarterbacks who is just gonna go, boom, go. Nah, he needs to take his time, scan the field, and read his receivers, read his options. He's never been the type of guy to make an improvised play and make something great out of it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, he can make the simple passes and simple reads, but it's nothing. I don't think he can make the complex plays like Lamar can, as far as the RPOs, the screens, the play action bootlegs. It doesn't feel the same with having him out there. So it's
I
like me.
agree. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's night and day. I mean even from the schematics of hey without the threat of the run, we can stack the box,
Mhm.
and we know that Derrick Henry is a north south runner, and so from that standpoint, you're looking at them stacking the box. Takes Derrick Henry a little bit of a while to get going, and so that could slow down or neutralize a run. Now we do have guys like Keaton Mitchell, which I would like to see a lot of burn from this year
Mhm.
because of how dynamic and shifty and
He improved
change
a
the
lot.
pace of a guy he is.
He has improved a lot compared to last year, because I saw him last year. He wasn't really the biggest lateral. I mean, he would try to be a little shifty with it, but there wasn't really any crazy plays where he wasn't going 5, 7, 3 yards consistently like he was during preseason. He was not doing all that. Like what I saw out of Keon Mitchell was some very competent schemes in the run game, honestly, especially in the inside zone. He
Yeah,
did phenomenal in the inside zone. So I
yeah,
definitely can see where you're going with that. He definitely would be a very good piece to rotate in and out with Derrick Henry, somebody where, and even if we need to get a guy who's a receiving back, honestly, I think he would be very competent enough to get those swings, those halfback screens. He's
yeah.
probably definitely one of those guys that definitely is an open field ball carrier, could make a big play. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong, he's not the fastest and the strongest, but he is a very well dedicated running back when need be. So honestly, I don't blame you for saying that. Honestly, it's a very good take. I definitely
Yeah,
give that.
absolutely.
Now, going off that, I kind of want to reflect a little bit on the Bills because obviously that's who we're facing, right? Who do you think in this game do we obviously need to watch the most? I know I've obviously said James Cook and Josh Allen.
Hmm.
Do you think there's really anybody else? It can be both offensively or defensively. Who do you think we really need to watch?
I'm thinking two guys that we want to keep an eye on. We want to keep an eye on Dalton Kincaid. I think that they can definitely, if they, make a focus of that, they can definitely use him in the pass game for sure. Um, I don't have the stats on what he did in the last game in front of me,
Well,
but
I
I'm,
think
I'm
both of
pretty.
them played complementary well because
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he caught a pass or two
he did.
in that game.
They both. I think they both did. I'm pretty sure because they both played that game.
Yeah, Dalton Cape, yep, and Dawson Knox, yep. And
That
so
is
I,
one
I
things
tight
that I
ends, yeah, we
that
definitely got to pay attention to what they got going on. I also would probably say that up front, that front four for the Bills, guys like Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, those are some guys we're gonna have to make sure that we win our assignments on. I know Lele and we've got some rotational Ben Cleveland and whatever that we're going to be using. But we want to see some good. We want to see some good snaps
yeah, I
from
agree.
those guys. I know Flele has had some challenges
I
here.
agree. Honestly, to go off of that, right? I don't really blame you for saying the tight ends because they're both very great complementary, especially in both the run game. Blocking wise, Knox is great. Kincaid wise, his receiving is decent. But honestly, defensively, Matt Milano, man, that guy, like,
Yeah,
he's like, here's the thing, right? And this is something I can really be honest about with Matt Milano. I don't hate him and I don't like him. But here's something I can
I
say great
agree.
about. He is smart. He's probably honestly when it comes to IQ in both the passing and running back game, he is
Hmm.
probably one of the best linebackers in the league when it comes to play recognition, recognizing the play and being at the right spot.
Hmm.
Like he's just one of those guys where, yeah, he's not gonna maybe do all the crazy plays like Roquan and Fred Warner can do, but when it comes to being a middle linebacker and scanning the field around him with his guys, especially around that secondary, it definitely shows on what he can do and who he can stop at that point of attack. So honestly, defensively, I think that is one guy that Lamar's really gonna have to be careful for because if things go south and they start doing these cover two, cover three type of
Cover two,
scheme
cover three.
like they did last year, especially a
Hmm.
lot of cover two where you had the two high safeties and they
Safeties, yeah.
were more people in the
And I
box,
shall.
that is where something I feel like that Lamar really is going to have to be careful for, and that may come up again because, like you said, yeah, Derrick Henry is a north to south runner. However, they did add a little bit of some positions in the box. As you know, they did add Joey Bosa, who to most people
Joey
may.
Bosa is another name I was going to mention because Joey Bosa is a guy I think that if in the right environment, hey, he could have a career resurgence. We've seen guys
Mhm.
have career resurgence even in guys that we picked up like a
Bobby
Clowney,
Wagner, yeah, Bobby
a
Wagner,
Jadavian Clowney a couple years ago,
right?
double
Yeah,
digit sacks.
yeah.
So I
Bobby
wouldn't write
Wagner,
him off.
Rams,
And
yeah,
being on the other side of a Greg Rosal who had I think 8 or 9 sacks last year. Yeah,
100%. I agree. I agree.
yeah,
Excuse me as I'm drinking
absolutely.
water. Now, speaking of that, right? I want to talk about more scheme. Obviously, we've been talking about a little bit of the defense, but I want to kind of have your little bit of input on the offense because I know I kind of said we really need to stop the run. But to you, what do you think we really need to stop out of? And I'm going to say this specifically here because I know this is one thing that I think we really messed up on. What do you think it is going to take to stop the improvisation of Josh Allen? Yes, I just asked you that question.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
going to be a tough one right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's tough because even if you have a spy, it's Josh Allen. If we're looking at that Eagles game the other night, I mean, you can have your spy, you cannot have your spy. Jalen Hurts is just gonna the pocket is squeezing down, and just like that, he finds a way to maneuver out. Josh Allen is the same
Yeah.
kind of guy. He's the same kind of guy that you can have your spy, not have your spy, and it's just hard. It's just a difficult thing. I do think he is going to just do what he does somewhat, but if we can neutralize the some of the big third down plays and things like that, making sure that we have help with Roquan because Roquan definitely is a left right guy,
And let me
and I want to see how Trenton Simpson does and some of the other guys to
can I
see if
add
they can
something
really
to
be
that?
able to come on in there and be able to help out and be able to identify, run, collapse.
One thing
Yeah.
you did mention there, and I really like what you said, is something about Roquan, and that is his opportunities, right? That
Mm-hmm.
is probably something I think we really didn't do the best of last year because here's the thing with Roquan's bag that I didn't really understand with John Harbaugh. Why did we have this man go in coverage during cover two rather than him just being a QB spy?
Right. Yeah.
Why?
And I
He's a
and I
blitzing
think
backer. He's a what's the word? An undeniable force.
yeah,
He is an effective force where he's supposed to be meant for blitz, QB spy, or man coverage plays where he can
yeah.
be at the spot, find a guy, and smack the living.
And I'm catching them. I'm catching them in times, and I think that was some of the growing pains that you kind of got to go through with just a new DC, Zach Gore trying to figure it out. I'm gonna be honest. I went to plenty of Raven games last year. I'm seeing my guys on the field. They're doing the huddle thing. They break
Right.
out the huddle, and guys are confused on where to line up. And
Because see,
so some of that,
here's where it's different. I'm just gonna have one more thing. Now that we have Trent Simpson actually coming back to that rise, because remember
right?
he did have a little bit of a downgrade, but now he's coming back to that rise. I think they should, instead of him blitzing, they should have more Roquan Smith involved in that box and have the outside linebackers be the coverage.
Yeah,
Keep
because
Mike keep
Trenton
Ojabo.
Simpson, if you were right, Trenton Simpson is an athletic guy. If you remember last year,
Mhm.
pass breakups, all kind of stuff in that Chiefs game. He was everywhere in that Chiefs game,
Yeah.
right? And so he has the athleticism to be able to move around in ways maybe that at Woodquan may not have the athleticism anymore, but he can help to compensate where Roquan doesn't feel as though he needs to
Right.
be everywhere because you have Trenton Simpson. And then, of course, we got Van Noy. It's a little bit long in the tooth. So, that's kind of where you'll see guys like Jake Hummel. I want to see J.E. Higgins come in and give us some
And
quality
honestly,
snaps.
Danoy is probably one of those dudes where instead of a D end, I honestly think we can move him out to outside linebacker too. Because if you think about it like this, right, we already have David Ojabu, we have Mike Green, both very aggressive, competent defensive ends who definitely could be ranged from a 5 to at the least a 4-eye, and maybe if a 3 if you wanted to do an all box blitz, right?
Right.
Now, maybe later in the future, honestly, what I really think we should do, and I've been saying this I said this a little bit during the offseason, though I don't know if they will ever change this. I think we should move to a 4-4.
Okay.
Because you gotta look at it like
I can
this, right?
see that.
You have Roquan. You
Uh,
just need that extra inside linebacker. You have Trent Simpson. You move Kyle Van Noy up to that right outside linebacker. That
hmm
allows you to not only send 6 men, but still have your 4 linemen. So that way, if one of them has to be a QB spy, which most likely will be Roquan, you're still
Will
having
wrap.
3 to 4 other corners and linebackers out.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Full four. Yeah, absolutely,
And that is something that,
definitely.
honestly, especially with teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, who are tough run heavy teams, that is something that we could really increment because, especially with, like you said, guys like Roquan, another guy I almost forgot, Malabike, who are very, very great run defenders. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, they're not the fastest, they're not the strongest, but when it comes to knowing their jobs and their P's and Q's, beautiful, amazing. I
And
have
I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna be honest with you when you're talking about this full four and everything like that. And if we can get better play from that group, I love what I love what Kyle does, right? I love how we can bring him down into the box and everything, right?
mhm,
It's not as um, needed, if you will. We can pick our poisons. Now, Kyle is a great run defender as well. When you bring him down, he's going to stop that run, absolutely. But again, even being able to move him around as well, and
mhm,
know without him in the box, you still have
yeah.
a competent run stopping abilities and coverage abilities. Yeah, I mean it just makes the entire.
He reminds me a lot of how Ed Reed played. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you really think about it, especially from a in the box player sense, because if you really remember, I know that that's not how Ed Reed started, but later in his career, that's kind of how he ended off.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was more sending coverage a lot, but that man, when it came to scanning the field and then moving him around, you saw this guy from corner, free
everywhere.
safety, strong safety, in the box, outside the box,
Mm-hmm.
deep middle corner three. He was everywhere. He was
Yes,
everywhere. So honestly,
absolutely.
I don't even blame you for saying that. Like you can honestly have, if you really wanted to, put Marlon Humphrey and Jair Alexander as either a nickel or a dime. You have Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks over the top with Nate Wiggins. Though to go off of that, however, the only guy I do have a little bit of concerns of is Nate. And it's not that he's bad.
Okay,
It
Nate Wiggins.
it's that when it comes to the good games, he doesn't always show out the way he's supposed to.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to like really big games, like for example, a lot of our divisional games, he didn't really step up. A lot of the times, if you really look at those divisional games like Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Kyle Hamilton had to carry that secondaries back. There was even
Yeah.
games where he was getting more tackles than Roquan Smith.
Right.
That's bullshit to me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and have my we have a captain linebacker who's supposed to be the second best, in it probably the best linebacker in the entire NFL,
Right.
who's known to stop the run, who's known to make these TFLs and more than these tackles, and you have a safety who's having just as much more effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's a coaching problem to me. So that's where it's like I don't want to see Nate Wiggins become a liability like he did last year, because if you go back and look at the film, yes, he was a great corner when need be, but there was a lot of big plays where yeah, he was good on the coverage, but when it came to the end results, it was not
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. 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 And that Nate Wiggins' his ability, top tier, absolutely.
Mhm.
But still a little bit rough around the edges. Still
And I
still
think
a
it's
little bit rough around the edges.
because I think this
And
is
and
what
and you I say it again.
is this his second or third year?
No, no, it's first year. This is first year.
Nate Wiggins?
This will be his second year, going
Yeah,
into his
okay,
second.
that's what I thought. Yeah, so okay, so
Yeah,
he's done with his rookie. Okay, so he's a
yeah,
second
yeah.
year.
His rookie year. Yeah,
So that makes sense. So yeah, the way I thought of it is like, yeah, he's young, he's making these mistakes now. And honestly, I would rather have that, but then at the same time and token, you're going into the playoffs with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
Your standard needs to be held a little bit higher.
yeah, yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I can understand that he is a rookie at that time and moments, but then at the same time, when you are the second, maybe first corner, probably getting the second, maybe slot receiver need be, because mostly we all know Marlins are nickel.
Marlon, yeah, yeah,
But
and so
you can have, but depending on games, there is certain games where obviously Marlon is the number one receiver, because if you have to face off people like, for example, the Philadelphia Eagles, or for example, the team we're facing, we're
right,
probably not going to see a lot of nickel or dime. It's probably going to be a lot
yeah,
more.
because you're not gonna want to put yourself in that position where you leave yourself vulnerable.
Yes, yeah, and honestly,
Yeah,
like,
because they're gonna test them.
mm-hmm,
They absolutely test them, and so
I
yeah,
agree.
you don't want to. Yeah, don't want to do that.
They're definitely going to
Yeah,
test a lot of guys like Malabike, Nate Wiggins. I definitely think they're going to test a guy like Malachi Starks, who is right now
absolutely.
free safety. That's another guy where I'm like, huh? I don't know.
Yeah, and that's part of the and prayers up to him. He played phenomenal the last back half of the year of Darius Washington. That's where those it's like a punch in the chest when he goes down because I'm like the way that he was playing last year, heavy hitting, great in coverage. I mean, that's a guy, even where it's a soft landing for Malachi Starks to where you can work him in instead of having to throw him out. And I know Kyle is out there to kind of help him, but it would have been much more of a soft landing for Malachi Starks. Although I do believe Malachi Starks, I've been out to the training camps. I mean, the boy makes plays. The boy makes plays. He makes plays. Has a natural knack for the ball, like ball hawk
Who
skills.
does he remind you of? If you had to like think of anybody that you could say is maybe somewhat similar or had the complementary similar style as him.
Uh, mm, I don't know. I don't know right now.
Okay. And that's okay. And that's
Yeah,
okay
I'm
because
not. I'm not. I'm not
I'm
sure. I got to see a little bit more of them
right.
to
And that's
kind of get a good because I don't think I remember seeing them out there for the preseason games, and so the interactions and things that I was
right.
seeing him with was with within their own team. So, but even in those training camps that I went to, just making plays, even against the ones, the offensive ones. So yeah, but I got to see a little bit more to kind of see, how what is his upside or how does his game translate?
Yeah, and I see what you mean, and honestly, I don't even blame you for saying that because he is young. He's got a lot to go over, especially in the beginning of these next like 6 weeks. So, honestly, him being in that free safety spot, yeah, and for some people outside of this crew, it may seem like a liability. To me, I don't really see that being the case because, yeah, okay, he may make some mistakes. Yeah, he's playing free safety, so that means he's going to have to watch the alley. I get
Hmm.
that. However, we also have to keep in mind if we really wanted to, we could still change up scheme. And that's the beauty I think we have in our defense now is that we weren't there was a lot of things where last year, especially, and you can even agree with me on this too, especially when it came to the run in high tempo, where they struggled a lot,
Yeah,
especially in high tempo, when it came to missed tackles, missed assignments, missed cues, especially when it came to those tempo, high speed offenses. So honestly, I think that's another thing that I think really we can improve off of last year is having these rotations much more in sync because we have a much more complementary depth. We have enough for the
yeah,
box to at least we have at least like a good three, four guys that I can name off the top of my head that literally can come in and out that are at least first or second string in the
Yeah,
box.
absolutely.
And the
And
same even
the beauty about it, the beauty about our guys is we have the depth pieces that some of our guys get as much burn as a starter sometimes, and so
right,
it's not like you're just throwing guys in there and they don't even have live game action. No,
right.
some of these guys have gotten the snaps to be able to know that they can perform.
And that is something too that I think is very different now, also compared to how it was last year. Because even if you look at it last year, that is something that a lot of people are like, that's why Josh Allen won MVP. He didn't have a lot of depth in his offense. He only had what he had. The same thing how it kind of is now. Yeah, they're young, they're a little bit older now because they've had their experience. But if you really look at it, it's still the same offense.
Right.
It's Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, Shakir,
Yeah.
Kincaid, Knox, James. Like nothing's changed.
So we
There's no.
kind of know we know what to expect. Wrinkles are gonna
You
come
still
on our side with guys like D Hop and whatever. But on their end, it's again I'm looking at pretty much the identical same. I think they may have picked up Josh Palmer
Yeah,
in the offseason from the Chargers.
yeah.
But
I think
other
they
than that,
him up.
yeah,
Yeah,
other than that, it's the same thing. Minus
yeah.
Amari Cooper, you know.
And honestly, Josh Palmer, the only real thing I see out of him that I think we'll probably have to watch a little bit is just his deep balls. The way he can
Yeah,
run
his speed.
deep route outside, getting out of the seam, getting him in those high posts, high fade routes. That's honestly something that Malachi is gonna have to watch out in. If hope to God he doesn't try bunching in the box, because that is one thing that I think I did see a little bit in the preseason. If you kind of go back and look at it, there has been times where when he is sometimes a little too much underneath, to where sometimes it kind of takes him out of the play, if that makes sense. Like he's still
Right.
there, but he's not there to make the play.
To
It's
make the play. Yeah.
very, very different looking at it. So that is something that honestly I think he will have to watch out for too, especially when considering if you're going to do that cover three and have him be the only guy out there. Because best
Definitely.
believe, if we were to do something like cover three, I don't even know if that would even work for the Bills. Honestly, I think the best honest case is to stay with our rules and honestly go something like cover two,
Cover two.
maybe nickel, depending if they're doing twin
Mm-hmm.
formations. But
Yeah.
we saw from last year, a lot of it was twins, pro formation. A lot
Yeah.
of it wasn't really trips or ISO or
Mm-hmm.
zipper backs. I mean, yeah, you had your tight end and your wings, but
Right.
that's typical, especially with a guy like James Cook, who's a home run hitter.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
what his bag is. Like a lot of people like think that like it's just him being a dual threat back. No, a lot of it is he's a punch hitting running back. He's good at
Yeah.
red zone. He is a red zone back. That is his bag. Like if you look at last year, I'm pretty sure even if you look at his stats, he's pretty close as far as touchdown ratio to Derrick Henry, I think. If you
Yeah.
even if you look at the touchdowns there, even though he has way more yardage, the touchdowns are extremely close in numbers. I'm pretty sure if it's about the same, if not, it's maybe a 1 to 3 difference in numbers. It's not by
Yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah.
that
I know they definitely got a lot of both. Got a lot of touchdowns. I think Derek had about 15, if I'm correct, maybe
is
16, and I think James may have been right at that 15,
yeah, that's what I'm
16.
saying. Like he was probably between 14, 15 tutties, where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it may not be something as like, insane when it came to yardage, but the dude, when he was need be, was there. So that's honestly something to me where it's like if you're still able to move down the field with your quarterback, make a stand, and then score, that's still a good drive to me by Sean McDermott. And that's something that we have seen a lot from the Bills, where especially even when it comes to pass options, there will be times where they'll fake the pass and go straight into a run. And that's
Right.
honestly something I saw a lot from Josh Allen, where he'll snap. If you notice, he does this and just books it.
Mm-hmm. And then
That
gone. Yeah.
that is something a lot that I saw last year. So honestly, what does that tell me? That tells me we need to really watch block recognition, watch how the
Yeah.
old line shift and move, because a lot of it is going to be shown as small choppy step. Small
Mm-hmm.
choppy step. That's what you're going to see, a lot of double teams, small choppy step, backers, linemen climbing up to second level, and
Mm-hmm.
that's their bag. Like, they have a good old line. Don't get me
They
wrong,
do.
it might be
They
something
got
like.
Dawkins. They still got Dawkins over there.
Like,
Uh,
it's not like the Eagles, it's not like the Chiefs or the Broncos, but it's at least a solid, I'd say, top 10, top 15 offensive line.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Like, it's definitely enough to where you can make Josh Allen get past second level. You can get your offensive lineman and get 2 or 3 guys at least out there, enough to give him an extra 10, 15 yards on the run.
Yeah.
So honestly, if we can stop a lot of those little things, a lot of those P's and Q's, a lot of the offensive linemen's adjustments from both pass to run, I
Yeah.
think we will have a very much of a much more dogfight than last year. And
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of people have been saying, like, oh, this may be a similar game. I don't think so, because it's kind of like how you said, right? A lot of the things that are in Buffalo are the same.
Right.
A lot of it.
Yeah, they are.
That is going to tell me one of two things. Their scheme's the same, nothing's changed, but it also means they will be a little bit faster. And
Right. That is true.
it also tells me they'll be more poised and disciplined. So it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a close game. Honestly, in the end of the day, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more glad, man. Do you have anything more else to add?
No,
Anything?
I think the main thing I'm looking at, right, and I just wanted to drop this before we wrap up, but I think keys to winning games like this, and even like when we go forward into the playoffs, as I'm looking at this team, because I'm old enough to remember 2000 Ravens with Tony
Mm-hmm.
Saragusa and all of the Peter Bowerer and all them guys, right? One thing that I want to see us lock in on in big game in every game, but especially in playoff games, but in every game, protecting the ball. You got to protect the ball. Any coach is worth anything. It's gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
you protect the ball. Now, if you protect the ball, and then secondly, you stick to your identity, right? Thirdly, create turnovers. I'm gonna be honest. I love my Ravens. One thing, unfortunately, we have not done a lot of is create turnovers, especially from the defense in these type of games, right? One thing
Yeah.
you think about 2012, they gonna create some turnovers.
Yep.
2000 Ravens, they all the way to with Trent Dilfer, we went
Mm-hmm.
all the way to the bowl and
Mm.
through the bowl.
Yeah.
Just solely if just solely off of game manager, quarterback, defense is just game wrecking, right?
Yeah. And
And
another
so,
guy, one more thing
go
about that. Another guy that really did help in that 2000s Ravens offense was Jamal Lewis and Shannon Sharp.
Jamal Lewis. Jamal
That's my
Lewis.
guy right there, bro. That dude was one
Yeah.
of those guys. And honestly, I even had to take about this about a month ago, where somebody was asking me, and this is just something small for a little end here. Who would be your franchise running back? Meaning, who we think is the best running back franchise wise. Now, obviously, it's between Ray Rice and Jamal, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Jamal. By
Okay.
And honestly, the reason why I say is Jamal is because if you really look at the way his career was,
Mm-hmm.
the way it started, I mean, the guy tore his ACL and went for how many yards again? The year after?
I can't even remember. It's
That was the
crazy.
2K year, man.
Crazy. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
After that was the 2K
Crazy. It's
right
just
after.
Yeah, right, yeah, literally, yeah, missed the whole entire year, yeah, yeah, and when
That
honorable mention, thinking about a guy, I don't know if you remember him, but Priest Holmes. Now, Priest Holmes didn't necessarily have his full blossoming here. He was laying some foundation, so when he got to the Chiefs, 1,500-yard guy, for like 3-4 years straight. But
right.
yeah, it's Jamal Lewis, man. Yeah, he holds a special place in my heart. Absolutely, yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, but like with the turnovers, man, we can't
I
turn the ball over in this game. It's we can't. We got to protect the ball.
honestly, we need to make more turnovers too. That is something that
Yeah.
we
Yes.
didn't see a lot last year. I didn't see a lot of fumbles. I saw picks. I saw some complimentary picks. It wasn't a lot of the times, though. There was some, but we need more. We need more
Yeah.
juice, especially on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, did we? Did I lose T now? Pardon us for a
My
moment.
bad. My internet cut out.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you're good. It had a bar and like one decimal, even though it says my Wi-Fi is completely connected. I don't.
Okay. Okay.
It just disconnected me. Anyway,
Okay.
what I was saying is that you're 100% right. And honestly, to really go off of that, this is something that my coach even said to me during like the preseason. Ball security is life security.
Yes.
We need to protect that ball with our life, especially this offensive line. We need, for the love of God, I'm saying this respectfully in life, protect Lamar in these play action plays because for the love of God, if I see one more high cage player let off by an offensive tackle, I might
Mm-hmm.
lose. I
Yeah.
might. Because if you
Yeah.
really look at a lot of those play action, a lot of those big plays where, hey, we need to set up a score now.
Yeah.
A lot of the times the tackles just let off the high cage.
Right.
And that's why a lot of the times where when you see Lamar Jackson make these fumbles and make these undisciplined attempts, it's most of the time it's either blind side or the high cage just gets erupt. So he can't go out
Right.
of the pocket. He is forced to sit there and have to deal with that. So
And now make something and now be the Superman that makes that makes these phenomenal
right.
stiff arms on Sam Hubbard, and then touchdown in the end zone. He's now put into, and he can make plays,
Mm-hmm.
but it just puts him in a compromising position.
Yes. And then honestly, like one more guy to really just go off here since we're talking about offensive line is I am excited to see Emory Banks, the offensive
Yeah,
tackle that we drafted. He
yeah.
coming, I forget what is out of LSU, right? I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Yeah, but I believe so. Yeah, I
Great
believe
hand,
so. I've looked at
great hand,
some of his tape. Yeah,
great hand.
I like the kid, man. Third
He
rounder guy. I think he's going.
he's got some hands. He's got quick
Yes.
hands. I will be honest. He's not as quick as like Will Campbell or what's the other one? Membu. I think that was his name, Membu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's probably as good as them, but I think he is definitely enough when it comes to reaction, quick, beautiful, beautiful.
Boy got
It,
some size, 6'5", 6'6". I think about
that's
330.
very good, quick, long hands where he's able to come here, reset, boom.
Yeah.
And that's honestly something like if you even look at it too, Ronnie Stanley, another like old veteran offensive line that we have, he's really good at that. Just reset the hands.
Right.
That's honestly something for me where we really need to start incorporating better on. So
Yeah, and
honestly,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of his natural position, if it's right or left side
I
for
don't
Eddie
think
Jones. I have to do a little more research on that. But
pretty sure Stanley's our left tackle, considering he would be the veteran. So that would probably make Banks the right tackle, if not maybe second string.
okay,
No, he wasn't a
yeah, and
first.
I'm just thinking of going forward, like like grooming some of your younger guys to be able to take some of the older guys' spots,
Right.
or at
Yeah,
least if a Stanley goes down, you're not in the wash. Like, oh my.
right. No, and honestly, I think from what I've heard, I know this might be Ronnie Stanley's couple of last years because I know he's been playing for a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's probably one of the older players we got. He's been here for a minute.
Yeah,
So honestly, I don't want him to go because I honestly, as much as don't get me wrong, I know he's not the most consistent as he used to be back in the day, but he's still good. He's still complimentary. He's still very consistent on his P's and Q's and being able to do his job on the field for Lamar. So honestly,
absolutely.
if he honestly can keep that up and lead this group beautifully, I don't see any problem as to why we cannot win this game, but
Yeah.
it's gonna have to start up front from both ends. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's how this game is gonna start. It's gonna have to start with the offense and defensive line. And
Yeah. Establish the run, stop the one on the other side, eliminate the explosive plays, and
mhm.
have our own explosive plays. I think last year we led the league in explosive plays, and I was looking at a graphic that talked about the percentage of open passes that Lamar Jackson has with guys like Zay Flowers, Bateman. We're gonna miss him out there Sunday. Isaiah Likely, guys
Yeah,
like that.
and I get
Yeah.
that part right because I know that there's times where we do play 12 personnel, but I will say this though: if Mark Andrews isn't angry tomorrow, I might fly out to Baltimore and buy a nice
Oh, Mark Andrews. I
Might
need.
might buy a 12, might buy a speed flex and pull a Miles Garrett and just.
Yeah. I need. I need. I
Not
need
even
Mark.
about, I'm not even about lighting. That's where my mind's going right now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's
I need.
making
I need. I need 2021 Mark
Mark.
Andrews. I need that guy tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I need just reckless abandon, blocking. I need the whole thing, all of it.
mhm,
Yeah, that's
all right.
what I need. Yeah.
Well, honestly, off that note, I appreciate you for for being here, being a part.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
Absolutely, brother.
wishing this for many to come. Honestly, is a blessing for you to be here.
Yeah,
This is not
absolutely, man. I appreciate the invite, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you and Not Move podcast and what you guys are doing over there.
and
I
we
love it, and listen, man,
to have you.
it's gonna be more where this comes from, and we're gonna get excited for this great season we're about to have. It's about I'm going to enjoy this. I mean, the last 7 8 months has been just grueling, but yeah, nah, we here now, and I'm going to savor every moment, and not take it for granted, And so I know we got a good team, I'm hoping we can get as far as our imagination go. We'll get there. I don't like to talk too far in September about postseason and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, man, this is good, man, and I appreciate you, man.
I agree, and honestly, coming like to come off that right, one thing that like really I'm excited for is just man, I just want to win. I just want to win this
Yes,
game. Just win this game.
yeah.
This is one game where I have been waiting for all year.
And we started 0-2 last year. We're not doing that this year.
Nope.
We're not doing that this year.
Nope.
Absolutely not. We're not doing that this year. We're
Nope.
gonna start off. We're gonna hit the ground running, man. We got things that we need to put the league on notice, man. It's a lot of criticism about our team and about our coach and about our quarterback. We
Yeah.
gotta put the world and everybody on notice. I think we can make that statement
Yeah,
tomorrow night.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And coming off of tomorrow night, just to let everybody here know, a part of the Not Move family, we are going to be doing another segment after the game. So if you guys are in tune live right now currently, and if you are interested more on the feedback that we have for you guys, we will be doing a segment after the game, possibly having Bag. V will also come back and join us too. So honestly, I'm excited, man. And hopefully maybe we can get some Buffalo Bills people in here and make this a big thing, start talking about both the Baltimore Ravens and also the Buffalo Bills. So honestly, this game it's going to be the game of the week. Everybody's going to probably watch this game. Everybody's going to watch this game. You got probably you have the previous MVP going up against probably the best offensive quarterback in the league right now. It's real right now. It's live. This is not moved. I hope all you have a blessing day. God bless. And let's fucking go.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
God bless. And y'all have a good one.